Micrina of Border. This is the brand new exciting manga, one of the 3 that we're planning on scanlating. If you don't know, we're having an exciting competition where we scanlated the first chapter of 3 different mangas. Whichever one gets the most views, comments, and likes on MangaDex is the one we're going to continue. So far, it's a heated debate. Check it out. Here's the second one we're doing. This is Micrina of Border. Tom, walk us through this manga.
All right, so the brief synopsis is 400 years ago during medieval times, they did the witch hunts, right?
Sure.
Well, in this universe, that happened, and the surviving witches fled to the demon realm or whatever.
You know, that reminds me of a t-shirt that I see boomer women wear all the time from they're like boomer goths. We're just the daughters of the witches you didn't burn. And it's so cringy. I hate them. And they're the worst people.
Wiccans and all that stuff.
Yeah,
very
yes, exactly.
Cringe,
shoving crystals up their butt and things like that.
Well, sure. I don't claim to know enough about Wiccans to
very
refute.
zen.
But yeah, so they fled to the demon realm, and now one of them, Micrina, this little girl. I don't know why they sent a little girl.
She's of the border.
Yes.
She border hops into our world.
She actually does, yes. She's an illegal witch alien, and her goal, her mission is to take over the human realm, kill all the humans, basically, and create a paradise for the witches.
Well, that sounds like a rip-roaring good time. So let's walk on through it.
Yes.
I like the art style, the color right here. Having read this, I think she's the cutest here. I think this is the best one that she's drawn in. Maybe it's because it's color.
I think the color adds a lot, yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got the, what is it, Ojo-sama? Which one's the one for the girls? Auntie.
Enomoto, that's her name.
Oh, okay. Enomoto is her name?
Enomoto.
So it's basically, if somebody's name was Bister instead of sister, it's so close.
No, it's not. It's completely different.
What is she holding here?
I don't know. Books, tissues. I don't know.
It's got Japanese words on it. You'll have to go through and look and let me see what it is.
It kind of looks like it's like Kiki's Delivery Service or something. I wonder if they're
totally
going for
got that vibe, and I think that's what they were doing.
Which I don't think any of the rest of the manga actually has that, because it looks like in the front of the broom she has a bag of probably groceries or something.
Right.
Because Enomoto is poor, and I believe she's a poor high school student.
Based, I could come up with some things to get her to be not poor.
Sure, yeah. Real nice, dude. You nailed that one.
So here we go. With the last chapter we had, there was a big blank page everywhere, so we're just going into that. I like the shadow. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then I know you always take a lot of time to translate the table of contents, but I see you didn't translate the runes here.
You're right. That was one of those ones where, as an artistic license, I decided to keep in the original runic. I felt like it adds more atmosphere to the manga.
Ancient Futhark, I believe.
Yes, Futhark. And I don't know that one fluently, of course. I'm an amateur Futharkian.
I mean, you can hold conversations in it.
Yes, I'm conversationally fluent, but not real fluent. Right off the bat, we're starting off I had a lot of fun with the dialogue in this manga, mostly from Micrina herself. But here, and that middle one on the top, it's great hag. In the Japanese, it's Obaba-sama, which is, just a respectful grandma, old woman type thing. But I figure since they're witches, they would be called hags, and they would probably like it too.
Yeah, it's kind of like a perverse type of thing. Goths say they're emo or whatever. It's
right. I'm sure though, if we were to call them a hag, they'd say, "Hey, you can't say that. That's our word.
That's our word. You got to say hag up."
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's kind of that feel.
Dropped a hard G.
Yeah. Yeah, actually it's haj. You have to say it with the soft G.
So here she is right into the world, and we've got a bunch of little girls poking at her. So
yeah, and I really like the kind of elasticity of her face in the bottom panel. It's very well drawn, and she does some weird faces. We'll see a few later where she's got a weird bill thing going on, a weird duck mouth. Not in this one. Future panels.
It almost looks like the artist just traced a photo of a Pikachu. You see that?
Kind of, yeah, I can see that now.
Face, this expression, I like that. I think that was drawn well. Mm-hmm. Oh, and real quick, I like this style. I love witches' hats and wizard hats. I think they're very aesthetic.
Oh, very much so, yeah. In the bottom left here, that's what I mean, that kind of little duck bill looking thing. It's she's got a penguin beak.
Up at the top, too.
Yeah, yeah.
So if she landed in Akiba, or
Who knows? Just downtown Japan.
it looks like big New York Times Square.
Yeah,
type thing.
it's probably more like a Tokyo than like an Akiba kind of thing, which I think is actually part of Tokyo. I don't know how that works.
So she's 1,000-year-old Loli, or so to speak.
I don't think so. I think she was, my understanding, they don't say it explicitly, at least in like the chapters I've read, but my understanding is like she's like a X generation demon realm witch. Like I think, actually, how do they reproduce if they're only women?
I don't know.
Like
I think there's some Yuri dojins about that.
Well, I don't think those end with reproduction, but maybe I just haven't, read the right ones.
So the witches have had no contact with the human world, apparently, because she still thinks that they're supposed to ride horses and carriages.
Yeah, and that's kind of the beginning of kind of the reveal or setup that she's completely incompetent and she's outclassed and I
in
don't
all
know.
the best ways. Yeah. They teleported her here with magic. Why haven't they ever teleported anything in or like gotten background of, like, you don't just send somebody into the enemy territory without any intel?
True. I don't know. Maybe because they underestimated humans because they were so weak 400 years ago. Yeah, if they were so weak, they were still able to repel all the witches. So
Really makes you think.
There are a few plot holes the more you think about it, and I'll even get to one that really stuck out to me and bugged me a lot when I was scanlating it.
You know what bugs me is, like, in the lore, there's 6 million witches that burned. But I just don't know if that number's accurate.
Right, yes. Ooh, tugs on collar. Ooh.
Oh, she's sad. She's got a little duckbill sadness.
Yeah.
Completely failed.
She realizes that they have control over magic, like cigarette lighters.
I like the animals they have. That looks like a cat with angel wings. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like that's an actual witch lore kind of beast. I don't know, though.
Interesting.
It looks very familiar.
My understanding of witches is derived solely from Minecraft. I don't know any witches outside of that. Like, they live in huts in the swamp biome.
I didn't know Minecraft had witches. That's news to me.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, they're doing when Minecon comes up in a month or so, they're doing a poll where you vote on the biome that they're gonna improve next.
Cool.
So last time they did like the taiga or something. I don't remember which one it was, but they added foxes and new berries and a bunch of cool stuff. So it'll be exciting to see what happens. Forgetting of Minecraft, how about the manga?
Very stunning segue there. So I really like in these first two panels how the witches are made to be kind of like kindly and like good-natured, even though they're still, I think in the lore, they're still evil witches. Like,
Well, they like each other.
Yeah, that's a good point. And like they have like little signs that they're waving, little flags like "Go Micrina."
I love it. Yeah, I see that in the back.
It's like
This guy's expression really sells it. Like, he's an old
probably
man
a she,
that's
probably
like
a
happy.
she.
Oh,
because I think they're all witches.
oh yeah. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Well, when you get to be that age, you don't really have a gender. You just become old.
yeah, your old gender.
You're old.
Also on this page, towards the middle, you see like her crying. I can never do crying sound effects well.
Blue, blue, blue.
I always want to do a blue, blue, blue. But
You can do like sniff or sniffle.
I've done those, but this is more, I feel like a voiced thing. Like,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, it's hard to do. The onomatopoeia is like, you don't always know what they're saying. Now, do the Japanese have like, they have nya for cats and it's different for us. Do they have one that's crying at all?
I think they have like a lot of different ones. Like, you know how in One Piece every character has their own laugh?
No, I didn't know that.
Really?
I've never read it in Japanese. I've read it in Chinese.
Oh, huh. Well, anyway, they do.
I don't think they scan. I don't think they scanlate that differently. Or if they
That's a good
have,
point.
I didn't notice it was each person. I thought maybe
Right,
they were just mixing it up. Interesting.
I was gonna say it's like that, but a lot less severe. I know a couple in One Piece. The one with the ghost girl powers. She makes you like hate yourself and pessimistic if her
A little
ghost
bit,
hits you.
yeah.
She goes horo, 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 horo. Like that's her laugh. Like so.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh, dude, based meme, dude.
I get that joke. I've actually never seen Monty Python or any of that.
No.
Never. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple of the movies.
I tried to watch The Life of Brian, which is about Jesus's brother.
Yeah.
Obviously fake. It didn't hold my attention. I watched it when I was little though, so I don't know. But
maybe you're just not smart enough for British comedy. You know, you need a really high IQ.
to be fair, you need to have an IQ of at least 300 confirmed kills.
Yeah, I would say at least watch a couple episodes of Rick and Morty, and then you might be ready.
I'd have to like pop a bunch of intelligence potions or do something, because I can't understand Rick and Morty. I don't get any of the jokes. All the science things are flying past me. I just don't understand it. My brain shuts down.
Well, to prepare yourself for Rick and Morty, watch Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, man, I love Black Science Man. He's great. You know, there are more stolen bikes in his garage than there are stars in the galaxy.
I think I've heard that, yeah. I remember that from my physics textbook in high school.
And then here we come in. We see Sis. She's like, oh no, there's a little girl in trouble. So she comes in and she's like, oh, Sis, what are you doing here?
Yeah, pretty smooth, really. I was kind of impressed. But also, like, what's her end game here? She's kidnapping a kid.
That is the end game, yeah.
I guess so.
Well, she's a college student. She doesn't, or high school, whatever you said.
Yeah, I think it's high school. I'd have to double check.
And then what? This is only in manga. Like, high school kids are living alone all the time in Japan.
Yeah.
There's no parents ever.
Well, I think oftentimes they have like, oh, my parents are overseas working or something.
How many people are overseas in Japan?
Well, how many anime protagonists are there?
It's the 1%.
Yeah.
Shh, I got it. Like, just play
Yeah,
along.
and she even like smacks her on the head.
Yeah, so that's why she did it. She just kind of jumped in without thinking. I like this. You could have gotten nabbed by someone much scarier, implying that she is scary. And hey, maybe we will see a little bit of spooky stuff.
I think kidnapping alone is scary in a way.
Yeah.
So
like you have to be a little unhinged to just drag somebody home. Like, wouldn't you want to find her parents or whatever?
yeah, I know.
Who knows?
And you would think that the police officers would be more suited to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of their job, but whatever. I wouldn't read anything into that line. By
It's
the way.
a plot device.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I like that. Snuck my way into the human's lair.
Oh, it says life, but lair would have been better. Man, lair would have been much better.
I got that dyslexia.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and this is just another page where I just had a lot of fun with like the wording and stuff. Like, you foolish human, you've just invited your own destruction, stuff like that.
I like that, like the not
Like-
old English, but like an epic style of
Well, it's
like.
I was trying to channel some kind of Chuny type feel.
Yeah, and I like that, and I know that's one of your favorite things. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel it definitely fits with her personality, and, and it just goes really well.
Yeah.
Once again, we see the beak over here, just nibbling on little chocolate.
This is so stupid. Like, she says something about like she's from the demon realm or whatever. Enomoto, the human's like, oh, the demon realm? And then Micrina's like, oh no, I was trying to get her to, spill the beans and give me all the info. It's like, she didn't even get tricked into saying it. She's just so stupid. She like willingly gave up that info.
Ponketsu and Chunin.
Yeah, basically. I feel like the two always go hand in hand. Well, there's a huge overlap.
And 1,000-year-old Loli, so you're hitting like all the bars there.
Right, yep.
The next Kaguya.
I don't think so. There's not romance, and that's what makes Kaguya so popular.
Yeah, that's true. We talked about that before. I think there needs to be some type of romantic or flirtatious element to bring like a yin-yang energy.
Yeah, and there's not really a kind of element in this. There are like male characters here and there later, but it's not really like romance.
And I don't get the Dragon Maid vibe because the age difference and there's no supposed like romantic thing there, at least so far in chapter 1.
Oh, between the two leads? No, there's no romance. No, not at all. This is like such a dumb trope where they get like drunk or whatever off of like candies.
The thing is that it's alcohol-filled candies, right?
I know. I'm the one who translated that line that says this candy contains alcohol.
What does Enomoto mean?
See, I'm glad you brought that up because I had forgotten to. That's the girl's name. But they never say it anywhere. She never introduces herself.
Are you sure she doesn't?
Yes, dude. I agonized over this. I poured through every single previous page. She never says her name.
Wow. Because I didn't know what it was. I thought it was an onomatopoeia.
Me too. I didn't know what it was. I was like, I assume it's a name because it looked like a name to me. Enomoto-san. I didn't do any honorifics in the translation, but it was there. And I was like, I guess it's a name. I thought at one point maybe it's like a generic nickname, like, Nei-san or something for like older sister. But obviously, like, Enomoto doesn't sound like anything like that. So that really bugged me. And later in the chapter, towards the end, she even asks, what's your name to Micrina? So it's like the author thought to introduce some kind of name exchange there. I don't know. Maybe there was a page that was cut by the editor or something.
Yeah, that could be.
I don't know if manga works like that though. But then suddenly, one page later, she's not drunk anymore.
Well, you sober up pretty quickly.
Once people start bringing up ancient past or a violent past of your people being persecuted.
Why they persecute me so?
And this was another example where I had a lot of fun with the dialogue here. The Japanese loved saying onomatopoeia in their sentences. So in this one where it's like shoot out a fireball, like whoosh. Like normally I feel like it doesn't translate well saying onomatopoeia stuff like sound effects.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
But this one I thought I could make work well, and so I tried it and I think it worked.
I like this like elfish style.
Face, yeah.
Yeah, it's harder angles. It's not like all soft and pudgy like she normally is. It's kind of like an action shot. That's how you know things are getting serious. Like in JoJo, they switched to like the action lines and they're like
right.
Stern.
Yeah, well, and the next panel is very action shot looking.
Yeah, she's like summoning the ultimate fire.
You know not true fear, humans. See, I love writing stuff like that. It's so fun.
You can embrace your inner tuning.
I know, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, that's another one where it's just, I really enjoyed myself doing the scanlation on this. Like, even just how I have those lines, like, or how I have those words spaced out in the bubble. Mm-hmm. For some reason, this manga kind of allowed me to play around like that.
So our little Loli-Witch can't use the powers in the human world.
I don't know why. Maybe they explain it later.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make sense because didn't the witches live in the human world anyway? And then they escaped. Maybe they've lost their connection with the spirits of this realm. Who knows?
Could be, especially if she's like, 7th generation or whatever she could be. Like maybe they just lost that ability because they weren't living in a world with spirits.
Or maybe Enomoto is a counter wizard. She's magic herself, and she's got like the what's his name? Tomoko, whatever his name is from Railgun. His left hand is like nullifies all magic. So she's the anti-mage.
I would doubt it highly. I think actually it could be Micrina's completely just incompetent. I think that's probably the best running theory.
That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
I like the quickness that she shifts from like crying to like, oh, what's this? Ooh, a piece of candy.
she's like a retard child type. Situation. She might actually just be an actual child. You can't tell in manga. But she might actually be 8. Nobody knows.
Oh boy, this scene.
Yeah, and I love Micrina's expression here. She's like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't introduce each other's names earlier. Like,
yeah. So I wonder if this is like this author's first manga. I forgot. I kept wanting to look that up, but I kept forgetting to. Because it feels like, just based on those couple things alone, it feels a little bit like sloppy. I hate to use a word, but...
the twist.
Yeah, the whole time you're thinking, wow, she's really accepted that humans can be good people and we can live alongside. But of course, the classic, like, nope, still gonna try to kill him.
She's lived her whole life with the hatred of the humans.
Oh, yeah, half an afternoon won't change your mind.
A couple pieces of candy.
Well, I mean, they were really good.
Yeah.
She had never had chocolate before, so...
Well, they don't have that in the hag world.
Yeah. And then that's that.
And then here we go back to the amazing end page where you decide. If I didn't say it already, you get to vote in the next manga that we're doing, and that is from the comments, the views, and the ratings on MangaDex. Go take a look at all 3. Let us know what you think.
Yep.
Well, since we're talking about the views, the comments, and the ratings, let's take a look at the comments real quick.
All right. Good stuff.
Wow, so we got a good bit of comments here.
Man, I'm gonna start saying in every end page, I need some kind of incentive for the comments because it really worked. Mm-hmm. Like I'm used to getting like 4 comments per chapter. I think on a good day.
Well, I think it's also about the contest that's going on.
Well, that's what I mean.
People really bought into it.
Like we incentivized the commenting.
So we'll just read a few. What a cute premise.
Agreed.
Holy blank, she's so blanking cute. And sleeping together already.
Wow.
Yeah,
I thought you said there was no romance. Wait, no, I said that.
Exactly. Inject that blank straight into my veins. That is a common meme that I've heard before.
Classic casual drug use promotion. Excuse me, this is a Christian podcast.
We've got, I vote for this one. I like this. I think it's so cute. I read Nazatoki Drill. That's the next one we're doing.
Yeah, well, look for that tomorrow.
And it was hilariously good, but my vote goes for this one. I love this witch. Haha. And her roommate is cool. Here we go. Here's one from very handsome Aiden. He says, wow, so many new chapters. If you want to see a sneak peek of some of the ones that we went through, there's a new episode showing all the options. And that's the podcast we just recorded. You can go check that out on the YouTube. And then, of course, we've got some more I'm voting for this.
Cool.
And all sorts of stuff. So I just want to say thank you for everybody for watching this and reading all the mangas and all the awesome support that we've got. It's really incentivizing us to get to work and to work even harder and faster for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, this last, not even full week, but these last couple of days for me have been a real like reinvigoration of like the whole Scanlation spirit. And I think having a billion comments really helps that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So like and subscribe to the YouTube if you're watching on there. Share it with friends. Go leave some comments on your favorite manga.
Yep, come back.
We'll have the 3rd episode out soon.